Between the years of 1993...
Oh, yay! Oh, God, it's so cool that the top 10 included a video that I worked really hard on. There weren't many. I did not have many TikToks that I worked hard on, but I worked hard on this one. So there's a bunch of context to this video, which is that there was a creator who had gotten this toothpaste, and it came out with white and black stripes no matter what. And they tried to squish it up, and they tried to mix it all around. They tried to do a bunch of stuff to make it come out not black and white stripe, but no matter what they did, it always came out with black and white stripes, and they thought that it was some kind of mystery occurring, something that the toothpaste fairy was doing. And so I made this video to prove, in fact, that that's not what was happening.
In 2009, the same woman's DNA was found at the scene of over 40 crimes, many of them murders. Police departments began to consider her a potential serial killer, but they could not find a match for her DNA in any criminal or non-criminal databases. And the crimes were deeply different from one another and happened across several different countries in Europe. Her DNA was found on a syringe that contained heroin, on a toy gun used in a robbery, in the car of a nurse who was found dead. Eventually, she became known as the woman without a face. And then they found her. She was working in the factory that supplied the cotton swabs to police departments throughout Europe that were used to collect the DNA samples. She had never been to any of the crime scenes. Her DNA had been carried to them on the swabs. There are two morals to this story. First, in science, if something is weird, contamination is always one of the first places you look. And second, and I'm sorry if this makes you feel a little crestfallen.
Oh, wow, that's worth a like right there. After all that work, I hit you with the first pun of the video.
If something seems impossible, it's because you're missing something.
And that's such a great science lesson. Wow, I did a really good job with that video. If something seems impossible, it's because you're missing something. It's one of the things that I learned from being I mean, I knew this, but like I really learned it from doing science communication on TikTok because people would send me things that seemed impossible all the time. Sometimes you end up being like, I still can't explain that. But I know that it's because I'm missing something. It's not because something impossible is happening. But many times, through a combination of my own effort, the effort of other people, comments, to the TikTok, people who had reposted it other places, on Reddit threads or forum posts or wherever, you get to the bottom of it and you're like, I never would have figured that out on my own, but like that person was able to figure out because their brain was in a different spot at that moment, or they knew a thing that I didn't know, or just pure dumb luck. It was like applying more brains to the problem has a higher chance of having somebody figure out the situation. What a good science lesson to take from the end of my top 10 TikToks.